Okay, here's the next section of the solo. Now this is still an F minor pentatonic, but he added some passing notes in it. Notably, he's playing the open B string. So that's basically that's a flat five. That's the blues note of the scale. So 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 that's a B note. So it goes like this. So that's a lot. So you can hear those chromatically playing 2, 1, and 0 on the B string. Okay, that kind of motif. But the first section is repeat itself 4 times. So you play the open B string, you hammer on the first fret on the B string, and you pick third and first fret on the G string, and third fret on the D string. Goes like this. Again. You do that 4 times. Now, using those same notes, you'll play this next part. You do that twice. So that's the next part. So while I'm playing there, I'm playing the open G string. Again, the open G string is also another passing note. The open G string is basically that's the major second of F minor pentatonic. So you play the F major second and you play the minor third. So it's open G, G1, G3, and you play B2, pull off on first fret on the B, pick the third string on the G, pick the first fret, pick the open string of B string, hammer on the first fret, pick the third fret on the G, pick the first fret on the G string, pull off on the open string, and third fret on the D string. The whole thing slowly. So you do that twice. Okay, so far we have this. Play the whole thing together slowly. I'm sorry. Okay, now that goes on to the next section. It goes like this. Sorry. A little faster, it sounds like it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is it's a lot of repeat. You'll do the 0-1-3 on the G string, B2 pull off on first fret, and then pick the third fret on the G string, and then play the B string and hammer on the first fret on the B string, and pick the third fret on the G string. And you repeat that 3 times. You go. Do it again. So so far we have this. Okay. So that's 3 times. And the next part you'll play the 2 on the B string, pull off on first fret again, and you play the third fret on the G string. And then you play the 4th fret on the B string. This is a little different. 4th fret and pull off on first fret on the B string, and third fret on the G string. And you do the same pattern with the 2nd fret again on the B string. And then the open B string, hammer on the first fret, and the third fret on. So always go back to the third fret on the G string. So pivot back to that note, and then the last, then you play the first fret on the G string, pull off, open. Third fret on the D string, and you pick the rest of the note. You pick one 013 on G, G2. I'm sorry, B2, B1, G3, back to B1. So that one section goes like this. Do that 3 times. And then you play. And the next part. Slowly. Two, three. So the whole thing goes like this, slowly. So that's that section over there. Okay, the next part that ends that section goes like this. Okay, so I'm playing this. I'll play open, B string, hammer on the first fret. Pick the third fret on the G. First fret on the G string, pull off and open. Third fret on the D string. And you pick G open string 1 and 3 on the G string, and you play second fret on the B string, pull off on first fret, third fret on the G string, pull off, open G, dead stop, first fret on the G, third on the G, first on the B string, go like this. And then you play the third fret on the G string, you bend up 3 times. On the fourth time, you release and you pull off on first fret. And then play a G3, G1 again. And the third fret on the G string, bend up. That's the whole step. So it goes like this. Slowly. And it goes back to that riff again. All right, so the last part again, play it one time a little faster. Goes back to that part right there. So that's pretty much the beginning part of the intro solo for the song. Okay, so once you repeat the standard riff, and it goes into this shovel blues, it's an F blues, 12 bar blues. So that part right there, you can do a lot of different things, patterns. I wouldn't concentrate on one pattern. Just make sure you get the shovel feel to it. So yeah, the first one I would do the F power chord. So that's first fret on the E string, and D3 and A3, and then D1 and D3. So and then you go to and do the same thing on the B chord, but instead of playing, I'll play the first fret on the G and the third fret on the D string. Back to F. You can do something. You can play the high note on the first fret on the first fret of your B and E string. And you play the single note on the which is the D6, D5, back to the pattern again on the F. And you end to this like a fifth chord, a turnaround chord. So the D, that's a C dominant 7. So is the A3, D2, G3, and B4. So So you do that like several times, and then it goes back to that intro riff. Now this is different right here before you start singing. That's when it starts singing. Basically, it's changing key at the last part here. Go from F pentatonic or F key of F to a key of G. What it does is shift the position up. So he plays this part here. So it's the same thing as I taught before, but this time the last part you hammer on. So you play the 1, 2, 3 on the A string, first fret on the D string, and you pick the third fret on the A string and pull off second and first. And you play the 4th fret on the E string, and you move your hands up, and you play the same pattern at these. Third position, but you start with the 5th note on the A string, okay, so the whole thing goes like this. And you do the same shovel blues at the G chord. So and then solo. The next time he plays a solo, he'll move up again to the A minor pentatonic. And basically he'll play the same pattern. You listen to it, you can figure it out. So he'll play like a. It does the same. He does it over here. The same pattern, just move up to about A fret. And they play the A minor pentatonic solo. Just you can improvise on that. This is A minor. He does a lot of repetitive riffs, licks. Stuff like that. So just using the BB King box, and you just play the solo. He doesn't play the same thing every single time, so I encourage you just improvise and make up your own solo for that part. So that's pretty much the whole song for Lazy, and thanks for watching.